Here, second half action between St. Benedict Prep and Lincoln in Newark National Invitational.
So, Lou, I'm sure St. John's fans were happy to hear Lance Stephenson say that Red Storm is right in the running for his services. I asked him in the arena today about a timeline for his decision, and he said when the season is over, so he will not make his decision in season. He will wait until he has a chance to win another championship as fourth, and then he will let everybody know.
Well, Aaron Brown starts things off for St. Benedict's with that jump shot outside, 44-33. Here's Stephenson as he drives, and you know that Tristan Thompson had something to do with making that shot off target. Coming down the other way, shot put up there. The follow by Lamar Patterson.
That's Pittsburgh down. Lamar Patterson, great position on the inside. Patterson's an interesting story. Transferred in for his senior year.
St. Benedict up and down the floor here. Tamir Jackson with an easy loop, and Tiny Morton shaking his head calls it a quick timeout. Just a little over a minute gone by.
You know, sometimes when people think about St. Benedict's, and you know, it's sort of a factory, but here's a guy, Lamar Patterson. You know, he had already committed to play for Coach Jamie Dixon at Pittsburgh after his junior season playing in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. But he decided to transfer to St. Benedict's. Now, here's a guy who's already got a scholarship, Lou. He's going to Pittsburgh to play in the Big East. But you know what? He wanted to elevate the competition that he played in his senior year. You know, he wanted to elevate his practices in his senior year. And that's just what he's done by coming here. And you see him, good position there. And, you know, he didn't start the first 12 games for St. Benedict. So even though he was the star of his high school team in Pennsylvania, he comes here, he had to earn his way onto the floor. And he's now getting good minutes, and you know, he's preparing himself, he's bettering himself for the transition into the Big East. And that's just what St. Benedict's is all about. Preparation for academics and athletics, travel schedule, everything across the board. St. Benedict's now a 7-0 run in the first minute of this third quarter. It's just the way they started out in the first quarter with a little jolt for Lincoln. So once again, Lincoln's got to find a way to respond. They seem to need little wake-up calls at the start of these quarters.
And the lead for the Gray Bees has ballooned to 15. Stephenson pops a three off the front rim, no. And the rebound to Kabongo. He dribbles in the paint, and a foul in the lane. Foul is on Stephenson, that's his second. And the first team foul for the Railsplitters here in the second half. Kabongo dribbles in. Oh, nice move against the defender to get free and get that jump shot.
Everything seems to end nicely for Kabongo. He finishes plays off and he makes the move. He makes the shot. And send it away.
Tristan Thompson nearly sent that into the front row, and here is Stokes as he gets it back and scores.
Thompson is a guy who's 6'9", Lou, but he's got great wingspan, superior elevation. So he seems to play about 6'11", 7-footer. He takes up a lot of space with his wingspan.
Kabongo that time just throws it away. A little miscommunication by the Gray Bees. They have a 15-point lead. It's 50-35. Becker bounce pass to Stokes on the baseline, puts it up and in. Nice burst to the hoop by Shaquille Stokes.
Yeah, he's part of the future movement for this team, and they really like him. What Tiny Morton say about Shaquille Stokes is my kind of guy.
Thompson kind of slipped between two defenders and then dished it to Aaron Brown. And a 30-second timeout called by St. Benedict's.
Brown, strong, athletic wing player. Got some good minutes as a sophomore, so Tiny Morton. And those things are not going well here to start out this third quarter. Danny Hurley told us before the game they wanted to limit Stephenson's touches. You know, listen, You hold Lance Stephenson to 11 points and a half of basketball. He's averaging 32, but they have made things difficult on him, even when he has the ball. So high marks for Coach Hurley's club. Stevenson 5 of 14 from the field, so making things difficult on him. And when he's not driving and dictating and moving and juking and dunking and doing all Lance Stephenson things, you know you're doing a good job on him, that you have him out of his rhythm. Because when he's got his rhythm going, he wins championships, as in the last 3 in a row in New York City.
And the Railsplitters in the forecourt. Approaching 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. With Becker outside. Move against Patterson, flips it out to Ellis. Ellis back to Becker, jump shot in the corner, no. Stevenson takes it out of midair and lays it in.
Yeah, that's where he's got to go now. He's got to go down low. Tiny Moore told us that before the game today. You got to get Lance down low, play with some size, get some putbacks, some production, start the offense with him with the ball down low. He'll draw some defenders. It'll open up the perimeter game.
Stevenson on the turnover as the Gray Bees throw it away. Stutter step move from the foul line. Floats it up, no. Becker gets it back, puts it up, no. And the rebound comes down to Thompson. Benedict's up 52 to 39. 4:15 remaining here in the third quarter. Kabongo outside, flips it to Jackson. They go inside in the paint to Thompson, and he draws the foul.
Well, that's what you got to do. You got to reward the good position that Thompson had. He had Pageant sealed off. And that's a couple of big-time players there. Pageant will go off, play for Gary Williams in Maryland. And Thompson off to Texas. But just a junior. And he had Pageant sealed off in a big way. Nice low entry pass inside to Thompson.
Pageant with 4 fouls now. And we have 4 remaining here in the third.
Well, Tiny Moore's key to the game was to play aggressive defense. St. Benedict's has shot 55%. So it's sort of been a roller coaster ride from that standpoint. First quarter, they did not play a good aggressive defense, Lou. Second quarter, they absolutely did. In the third quarter, they need to pick it up again defensively.
Thompson misses both free throws.
Yeah, he's 2 of 10 from the line, so has not been his day from the stripe. Here's a guy who shoots nearly 70% from the field.
Benedict gets it back. Fadeaway jumper, no. The rebound underneath it. Stripped away, though, by Lincoln. Nice job there by O'Loughlin.
Well, Tamir Jackson went down in front of the St. Benedict's bench and has not gone up. They don't like the looks of this.
He's on the far side holding his calf. And there is a timeout on the floor as they attend to him. 3:52 remaining here in the third quarter. 52-39, St. Benedict's prep.